It's great to be part of the Digital Conclave. My name is Srinath and I head Customer Engineering for Google Cloud India. I'd like to talk you through how we're working with our customers in terms of helping them adopt Google Cloud and building what's next. Enterprises across the globe face a common challenge today, and that of being able to find a way to create and monetize a sustainable competitive advantage over traditional competitors as well as new age startups. And these new age startups have been disrupting the industry and creating new business models and essentially causing customers to be able to rethink the way they do their business. And some of these new business models that we have experienced are things like subscription-based models or network ecosystems, marketplaces, freemium economies, and all this require us to rethink the way we transform ourselves and digitize our capabilities to ensure that we stay ahead of the curve and ahead of the competition. At the heart of this transformation that's happening is the fact that technology is fundamentally shaping the way we go to market, not just in terms of reducing IT costs or improving IT agility, but also in terms of being able to create new digital experiences with our customers. And at the heart of that transformation is cloud computing. Cloud computing essentially acts as a level playing field and provides instant access to IT resources to both large companies that traditionally have had the advantage of large data centers and infrastructure, as well as small startups that can now have access to the exact same resources that traditionally large companies have had access to. And that calls for us, in order to be more creative and ensure that we're able to tap into those resources on the cloud and use that as a platform to innovate and transform and digitize ourselves. How do companies go about this process? As we have worked with our customers, what we've seen is that most companies that evolve into this digitization strategy do the following very well. There are four key things that they do. Number one is they divest away aspects of their infrastructure that do not differentiate themselves. For example, to be able to run their infrastructure on Google Cloud, to be able to reduce cost, to ensure that the infrastructure can scale automatically in an elastic fashion, is all something that they work with us on. That frees up their resources to invest their time on working on value-added initiatives that differentiate themselves from their competition. And that's something that is core to what Google does. We work very closely with our companies and customers in order to help them invest in initiatives that derive value from data analytics and AI, and building applications that can run across multiple platforms and provide better digital experiences for their customers. The third aspect where companies really invest in is around the developer economy. It's a fact that in the 21st century, we can think of every single organization as fundamentally a software organization. And to be able to provide developers the ability to have access to best-in-class tools and platforms, make it easy for them to develop applications on the cloud and access the latest services that can be available to assemble these applications quickly and easily and run them at scale is an important differentiator for companies. And we work with companies and customers like you to help you develop applications that can provide that competitive advantage that you need. Finally, companies that are in this transformation journey recognize that it's vital for them to be able to transform not just their applications, but also their people and their processes. And to be able to do that, they need to find a way by which they can enable real-time collaboration amongst their people, not just the back office workers, but also the frontline staff, and be able to ensure that information can be easily shared and people can collaborate in real time to drive real value. So again, these are four ways by which we see customers go through this journey of transformation. Google Cloud brings 5 key capabilities to the table as we work with our customers on this. Number one, we bring infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service to enable you to run your applications and workloads on the cloud in a more reliable and scalable fashion, and to be able to reduce your cost in doing so. Number two is we bring database as a service. And that allows you as a customer to be able to move your analytical and operational and transactional applications and workloads onto the cloud and to be able to manage that data and those applications at scale on the cloud in a managed services fashion with the promise that the infrastructure can scale in an elastic manner as your needs grow over time. Number three is we provide application platform as a service, and that allows you to develop modern applications, cloud native applications, as well as modernize legacy applications on the cloud. Number four, we provide smart analytics as a service, and that allows us to work very closely with you to bring the advances around data analytics, machine learning, and so on, so that you can build applications that are intelligent and are able to anticipate customer needs and create differentiated value for yourselves. And finally, in terms of how we work, in terms of transforming the way your employees work and interact with each other, we bring a product called G Suite, which allows you to drive real-time collaboration and productivity across your workforce, whether they are in your office or their mobile workforce. So again, these are 5 key services that we bring to the table and work very closely with our customers on. In order to modernize your infrastructure, most companies come back and they look at how would they go about that process. Would they want to first modernize their applications and infrastructure in their on-prem environments and then move to the cloud to get the real benefits of the cloud? Or would they rather just lift and shift their existing apps onto the cloud, get some real benefits by moving into the cloud, and then modernize that in place? And more often than not, what we see is that customers prefer the second options. They are looking for an immediate solution by which they can move their workloads onto the cloud, get the benefits of better scalability, better reliability, better security, lower costs, and then come up with a roadmap by which they'll be able to modernize those applications, make them simpler, more agile, and less of a footprint over time. So this is the model that we work with our customers on predominantly. There are 4 key differentiators that we bring to the table in terms of helping our customers modernize their infrastructure. Number 1 is our infrastructure and data centers provide far better reliability and availability in terms of the service that we provide. And this is a key aspect because as a CIO or a key IT decision maker, the most important thing when you consider moving your workloads to the cloud has to be around reducing risk. It has to be to ensure that your applications and your SLAs can be honored and that your applications and data can stay secure. So it's vital that we are able to provide an infrastructure that guarantees the highest level of availability and reliability and performance. That is something that is fundamental to what we do. And there's external data that shows that our cloud, Google Cloud, is 10 times more reliable and available than other cloud providers out there. So this is a key differentiator that we bring to the table. Number 2 is choice. As a CIO, as a decision maker, it's vital for me to be able to have the choice to run my workloads either on-prem or on the cloud, and also be able to work it in a hybrid fashion so that I can connect data that maybe has to reside for compliance reasons or regulatory reasons behind my firewall and connect that with applications that are actually running on the cloud. So to have that hybrid and multi-cloud strategy is a vital choice that you as a customer need. And that's another key differentiator that we bring to the table by virtue of what we have pioneered in terms of Kubernetes. And a product that we recently rolled out called GKE On-Prem allows you to run Google Kubernetes Engine both on premises as well as on Google Cloud, and do that in a very seamless fashion with having a common control plane to be able to define and manage policies and administer these systems, whether they run on-prem or on cloud. In a nutshell, what we're driving to there is the ability to write your application once and have the flexibility and choice to be able to run it across multiple clouds as well as on-prem. The third aspect that differentiates what we bring to the table is around security. Security is vital. We totally understand that as a customer, you want to ensure that your data stays confidential and secure, even though it's on the cloud. We have a huge investment towards security. It's fundamentally ingrained in everything we do. And we take a leadership position, and an investment in security is such that we have a team called Project Zero, which actually actively monitors bugs and security threats around the world. For instance, last year, when the Spectre and Meltdown bugs happened, the Project Zero team was able to discover that first, work with other cloud providers to come up with a mitigation plan, and then inform our Google Cloud customers to ensure that they had absolutely no disruption in terms of their service. So that's a level of investment and commitment that we bring to security. Fourth aspect is around scale. The ability to move your workloads to the cloud and then scale and grow that over time, and to be able to deal with that scale without causing any performance issues. That is again vital to us, and the differentiator that we bring to the table is that Google Cloud infrastructure and services are the exact same services and infrastructure that we use to power our own Google properties, whether it's search, maps, YouTube, you name it. We use the exact same cloud for those purposes. And the reason we're able to run those applications at scale is because we have automated the entire process of provisioning, managing, administering, patching the infrastructure surrounding it. So this is another key differentiator that we bring to the table that's largely behind the scenes for you, but nevertheless ensures that we're able to scale our systems in a very seamless and a very elastic fashion. In order to move your workloads to the cloud, as we spoke about, the more common pattern that we see is to be able to move and lift and shift the workloads and applications to the cloud, and then modernize and improve that in place. One of the questions that I get very, very commonly asked is, we can do this for cloud native applications, we understand that, but what about if I had a legacy app? Or what about if I had a packaged application that I'm running on-prem that I want to now run on the cloud? Can we lift and shift that? Can we run that on the cloud? And can we get the benefits of running that on the cloud? And the answer is absolutely yes, we can. And I'll give you an example around what we're doing in the SAP world. So SAP is a very key technology partner of ours, and we have a very, very unique and differentiated offering to lift and shift SAP workloads to run on Google Cloud infrastructure. And we have three key differentiators that we bring in order to be able to drive benefits for you as an SAP customer. Number one is the fact that we provide live migrations. Anybody who's running SAP production systems knows for a fact that we cannot endure any amount of outage in the service. And during migrations, whether you're approaching it as a greenfield or a brownfield migration, it's vital that you do not introduce any downtime. So live migrations is a key capability that we bring to the table that allows us to reduce the amount of planned downtime to a few hours, not days or weeks. That's number one. Number two is that our SAP environment on the cloud, on GCP, is a completely virtualized environment with all high memory HANA machines, 4 TB machines, 8 TB up to 16 TB machines, which actually enables you to avoid bare metal lock-in. And this also ensures that as you scale your system and as you grow, you can size up the machines to higher level VMs or size down based on your needs. The third aspect that is a key differentiator for us in terms of running SAP on Google Cloud is the fact that our boot times for the HANA machines, the virtual machines, are 10 times faster than what competition does. And the implication of that is that you will be able to now reduce your recovery times, should there be a need, from 3 to 4 hours down to 15 minutes. So these are some of the key differentiators that we bring in terms of running SAP on Google Cloud. And as we work with customers, we establish a migration plan and ensure that we're able to move all of that workload in a very seamless fashion onto Google Cloud. At the heart of this is the fact that we have a global network infrastructure with over 100,000 miles of fiber optic cable, connecting over 20 plus data center regions with over 100 plus points of presences. This is a private network, the same network that's used to power Google Search, Maps, YouTube, and so on, and provides the same level of reliability and availability that we provide for our own Google properties. So this is something that we make available for you. As you run your workloads on Google Cloud data centers, you can rest assured that the data packets that you are accessing and as you traverse and access the applications, the data packets stay within the Google private network, and we hand it over to the ISP only as a last resort. So that's another key differentiator that we bring. The implication of that is that by keeping the data packets running on the Google Cloud network, we ensure the highest levels of reliability, security, and availability. Here's a list of customers that we work with. It's a representative list, and we're happy to share more information with you should you need it. What I'd like to do is to spend a few minutes and talk you through Philips, which is one of the customers that we've been working with. Philips is, as you know, it's a European company that's has a worldwide presence. They're a leader in lighting products, and their need was to be able to connect their IoT devices that they were installing with their smart lighting systems with their backend systems that are running on-prem, and to be able to get real-time analytics and information around the availability and efficiencies of these machines and lighting systems. What we did is we worked with the Philips team to be able to implement a Kubernetes-based solution, which essentially acted as a bridge between these smart home devices that they had and their backend systems, and used the cloud as a way to connect that together. The solution itself was built in a matter of few months. We worked very closely with the IT team within Philips, and the head of technology, George, from Philips Hue, had to say that the bridge and the connection and the capability that we brought to the table allowed them to connect number of apps and devices, delivered high performance, and provided a very flexible infrastructure. This was a solution that we built at scale that runs on Google Cloud Platform, routes over 200 million daily transactions, and handles over 25 million remote lighting commands per day. So this is a good example of how we work with large enterprises to be able to leverage the power of scale that Google Cloud brings to the table and drive meaningful business value back to our customers. In closing, what I'd like to say is that we are committed to a shared success with you. There are three key pillars that we focus on. Number one is our technical differentiators that ensure that you get the best solution that we can bring to the table. Number two is our business partnership and innovation that we will work on together. And number three is the fact that we recognize that our solutions need to be commercially viable, and that they should provide you the flexibility to be able to use Google Cloud at a cost price point that makes sense for you. From a technical differentiator standpoint, we spoke about our investments in network, data centers, our commitment to open source, about our investments and innovation around Kubernetes, our insights and data and machine learning capabilities. So those are key differentiators that we bring to the table. We have a number of programs and services that we have available wherein we can work with you very closely to be able to build joint solutions around advanced concepts and capabilities that create a unique differentiator for you in the market. And as we spoke about, we value a very customer-friendly pricing model that ensures that we reduce lock-in and provide you choice and flexibility as you use Google Cloud over time. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the session.